just want to highlight a couple of things that Shad's doing. So bought a property development site a few years ago, didn't know if it was feasible, has done the development course to make sure that it is feasible, and hopefully he's going to be able to squeeze another couple of $100,000 out of it, so that small investment into the course is going to pay off 100-fold. And you're an electrical engineer, so you're highly technical as well, as am I, and based in Melbourne, projects in Melbourne. And that's pretty much the intro. So you're a young guy, you went along with my course versus some other people that you saw in the same education space. And yeah, congratulate you for coming this far, finishing the course in like just over a month. And I think the project that you've got at the moment, from what I've seen, I think however it works out, you're going to learn a lot from that project. You're probably going to make a decent amount of money from that one and from the new ones that you're working on. So thanks very much for jumping in. I've given you the intro.
Adam, thanks for the intro. Yeah, so like you said, I was doing this property development. That's my first one. So I was looking into different options, doing feasibility studies and whatnot. And obviously, like I told you before, I did face a lot of different issues with the council, with the builder, with the cost going up, all of that. So that's when I started thinking about joining a course, because I thought I need more knowledge before I make some money out of this. So I started looking into different options. Obviously, there's a lot of different sort of property development courses and people out there. And what I liked about your course is your free training videos. So when I compared that when I compared that to the other videos or the other free kind of trainings that I also attempted, there was a big difference. And I think that was the main differentiator, which made me decide to go with your course. And that's the fact that you actually give valuable information within those free videos, while the other videos, or the other people that I've seen, they're more salesy, sort of marketing, didn't really give much information, more selling on selling the product rather than giving any information. So anyway, I looked into different options, and I eventually decided to go with yours. And I'm very, very happy that I have decided to go with yours, because like you said, it took me like probably 3 weeks, and a bit, to go over all the content, because I was so excited and interested to get to know everything, because obviously there is stuff about structuring, stuff about creative finances, all the different options and all the different ways you can do a property development, which normal people, I would say, I mean, I didn't know about it. I didn't know about all the different structures or finances, or the different things that you can do to do a development. So it obviously it takes you a bit of money, but it's not like what people think, that you need heaps of money to actually do a development, or do something in property. So that's definitely come out of I've definitely learned that from your course. And yeah, like I also said, I'm looking forward to, I haven't done I just learned so far. I haven't yet actioned all the knowledge that I've gained yet. So that's what I want to do. So that's kind of one of my goals this year, starting 2024, to go and do, take some action and actually make things happen. So also, we had a quick.
You've got a development site already.
I do.
So you bought the development site, joined the course later. It's better the other way around.
No, because I mean,
now that you've done it this way, what's been your change of thinking? And
I think when I went into that first development, obviously I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I bought the property that came with the planning permits, and then I thought, this is a good way to make some money. And then I went into it, obviously, like I shared with you, that there were all these different council issues, and even the financing, I faced a bit of issue with how I finance the property. I need to do the subdivision first, all these types of things that came up. And after doing your course, while I was doing your course, and when I learned about all the different kind of creative finance that you could use, I was thinking, I was going back to those times when I faced those issues, and I thought, there could be some other ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, you've shared some, little ideas that I could do to get the build cost down as well, which is something I'm gonna look into, and hopefully that helps me, get this over
Yeah.
the line and
And end
eventually
value
get it
up. Build cost down,
end
end
value.
value up.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And hopefully we can squeeze another 150K out of it. That's
Hopefully.
the plan,
Yeah,
and make it viable
yeah, yep. That's it.
for you to
So I
do.
still got to do some work on that. So, but yeah, no, I really appreciate your um, ideas and advices that you've just given me, and also obviously the course. Like I said, it's great. A lot of value. Um,
Yeah.
for the money that you pay. Obviously, that there's
Should I have
yeah,
charged you more?
nah, probably not.
Probably not more. But anyway, there's heaps of value out of it, and hopefully there'll be a lot more when you start to implement some of the things. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
just for those other people, because we do talk to other guys and girls that own properties already that are potential or do have potential for subdivision, or they do have an approval on them. What's your, now that you've sort of done that method and sat on the fence and not sure, which way to go, um, would you have done it another way, I suppose, or now that you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, how what I'm trying to say is, how valuable is the education in achieving the end result? Could you have done it yourself, or is it going to either have sped it up or help you make a decision which way to go, one or another?
I think definitely education or the knowledge is number one. Definitely very important, because I obviously thought I could do it myself. I'll just go and try and do it, and I did learn a lot over the
Yeah.
course of doing it. As you gain experience, I went and obviously faced a lot of different issues, like I keep saying.
Yeah,
So
and
I've definitely
you probably could have done it yourself without the program. In reality, you're an engineer, you're very technical, you're highly skilled. This, in reality, to what you do day to day is probably easy,
I mean,
but
in terms
having the
of
short track, I'm probably going to save you another 3 years at least, hopefully more.
Yeah, now look, obviously that this was my first attempt, and I wanna, like I said, I wanna get into the whole, property development one after the other thing. So I thought it's not just helping me with this project, but also looking into future. I think that the course definitely helps, because as you get the knowledge, and when you want to do it one after the other, you have to know all the the creative finance and the structuring and all that, because
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
you won't be able to do it, basically, because serviceability issues and whatnot.
Yes,
So
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
definitely all the content that you cover in the course obviously gives people like us a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights. Obviously, contacts with different accountants or brokers, people who actually know how to do these things, because obviously all brokers or accountants are not really familiar with the property development thing, so they won't be able to advise you rightly. um, so no, definitely I would say getting advice, getting to know the right people, people like you, and your accountants and brokers and everyone.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely all this definitely would help someone who wants to do property development.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. One
All
last
right.
question.
Yep.
You look like you are definitely under 30. And
I'm not.
if
I'm
you're
not.
not, then you look at, for those other young guys and girls out there, what's your, if you wanted to say like one thing to the younger generation, and I'm saying you look under 30, but we don't have to give away your exact age, but you're
I'm,
still you're
I'm, I'm
still
definitely
young.
over 30. No, still young. No, definitely still young. For young people who would like to get into property development, I would say gain the knowledge first, um, or at least, I mean, just getting the knowledge always doesn't work, because you have to
Yeah.
take action. That's definitely important, and something that you also cover within the course, in the first sort of mindset part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it. Taking action is also,
What about just property investing? Because you started off thinking, I'm just going to invest in this property, and then, hey, I'm going to do a property development.
yeah.
What's your, like, how did you get into the initial thing of, okay, I'm going to be a property investor, and then now I'm going to be a property developer? What was your initial thinking that maybe a lot of young people may or may not have, or just anyone, doesn't matter of what age?
Yeah, no, I think how I got into it is, I started actually reading some books about, one of the books that even you mentioned um, in the course. I've actually read that before, and also there's some other, finance related books that I started reading around 2019, sort of, and then that got me thinking. That got me thinking into, okay, just doing your job, day-to-day job, is it really gonna get you um, at a place where you can probably retire early, or do something like that? Have freedom with your time and everything. Not really. That's got what got me thinking. And then I thought, when I want to buy my first property, I want to have that potential in the property so that I can add value or do something with it, which is why I bought the property and wanted to do this property development.
Yeah,
And I think for young people, or anyone in general who wants to get out of the what we call the 9 to 5 rat race.
yeah,
um yeah, I think property is definitely, especially in Australia, I think property is definitely one of the big ones that people can use as a leverage to get out of that. And I think it's possible for anyone with any income, to, if they have the right knowledge, they can get into property investment or development, and fast track their way
yeah,
to retirement. So yeah.
yeah. You went on the same journey as me. I didn't want a 30-year mortgage and have to work
Yeah,
for
no,
30 years to pay it off.
exactly. No, that I
I
don't
looked at it a different
want that.
way. It
Yeah.
didn't seem that appealing to me at 22 when I started. Slightly younger than you, not much though. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we're all taught, the American dream or the Australian dream is to own your own home, but it's not really much of a dream. It's more of a burden. You're signing up for a 25, 30-year mortgage. And if you do really well and you never eat out, you'll pay it off in half that time. But then, what have you got? You're still enslaved to your job
Yeah, that's the
that amount of
thing.
time.
That's the thing. I mean, it's not like I hate my job. It's not that. I do enjoy it, but it's when I look at it, I have to keep working until, like, 60 or whatever, if I don't do anything else,
Yeah,
to get out of it. And that's something that I don't want to do, because I
yeah,
do want to enjoy my time. I do want to travel, with my family and all that. So I think definitely, like I said, in Australia, property is definitely one of the things, top ways of getting out of that. And yeah, anyone can do it.
yeah, cool. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And thanks
All
for
right,
sharing your
Sanam.
story. And I hope it's inspired some other people as well to get into action and pull their finger out.
That's it.
Thanks so much, Chad. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Adam.